Me and my friend spent the whole day hanging out. Not gonna lie, we were drinking, hanging out with girls, going to parties. Mind you, we were really young. Anyway, I ended up going to my friend's uncle's house. His uncle lived in a really nice place in town. It was after we had hung out with some girls. He had a bottle of vodka, had some weed. So we were hanging out. And he ended up falling asleep. And obviously, he forgot to give me blankets. So as he pulled out in the guest room, he pulled out the pull-out bed for him to sleep in, and I slept on the couch. And me, at the time, being an insomniac, as I've always been, I ended up just staying up, smoking the rest of the weed that I had, and going to the couch to fall asleep. So as I'm sitting there, using a towel that I happened to find to fall asleep, I was dozing off listening to my music when I felt him creep up behind me. I felt a presence, which I assumed was him, coming up behind me, just walking up real slowly and then standing up behind me. Me at the time, getting annoyed by this, I was there facing the backrest of the couch. And I ended up getting annoyed. I was like, dude, get away from me. So as I turned to give him a nut tap or something, I hear him snore on the pull-out bed next to me. And then I realized that was not him. So who was this standing behind me, just standing over me behind me? So I obviously felt someone. As soon as I felt that, I freaked out. And I turned and covered myself with the little towel that I found to protect myself from whatever this was. And as soon as I did that, I felt the towel being pulled off me very gently. And I never said anything after this. After this point, I hadn't said anything. I thought it was crazy. Give or take, I was a young kid. And only a few years later did I mention it to my friend and his cousin whose house we were staying at. Only then did he say, "Oh, you met the Shadow Man." And mind you, I was freaking out for years, wondering if I was just going crazy or if I was just making things up. But he told me, yeah, there's a Shadow Man that people see in there, and he does that. One day, a few years back, me and my brother were working Uber. Well, my brother was working Uber, and I would tag along. And at the time, one of my friends called me asking me for a ride, because he had been at a party, had a little too much to drink, so he asked me for a ride. So we pull up, we pick him up, and we're continue to take him home. And during the entire ride, he kept mumbling and saying that, "Hey, what's this guy's problem? Is this guy messed up, or what's going on with him?" And me and my brother were, at the time, we were thinking, okay, he's just had too much to drink. He's just speaking nonsense. But the entire ride, my friend kept insisting, "Hey, is this guy okay? What's wrong with him? Who is this dude?" And me and my brother are ignoring it. We continue, drop him off. Everything went out a hitch. We're on our way home. And midway through our way home, me and my brother both just come to the realization, wait, what did he say? Turns out, me and my brother, in that specific car, which mind you, he doesn't own anymore, we started to think about all those times that we were driving, just me and him, and we couldn't help but look back, because it always felt like there was one of our friends was still there, even though we had dropped them off. We always felt that our friend was still back there. And even in situations where my brother would lend the car to our other friends to take a girl home or whatever, mind you, they would always say that it felt like there was still somebody back there. And a few years had passed. The next time I saw my friend, I asked him about this. And he continued to tell me that he saw somebody in the corner at the seat by the window, hunched over, and just, to him at the time, mind you, we were young kids, he looked like he was just really messed up, had too much to drink. He was just hunched over, passed out. And it was only around that time that I asked him that we all came to the realization that he had seen what we had been feeling behind us countless of times. One time, me and my girlfriend, we were sitting on the couch. In order to make things clear about the scene at the time, and we were in my house, and the way my house is built, in the living room, in our position on the couch, we were facing the TV. So in front of us, directly in front of us, it's one of those L-shaped couches. So we were on the short side of the couch, the L, facing the TV. And the long side of the couch ran along the wall, and at the end of it, to the right of the TV, is the hallway. And when you take a direct right, you go straight to the front door. And immediately as you take that right from the living room and that long L of the couch, if you take a left, it's a hallway to the bedrooms and whatnot. So me and my girlfriend were sitting there on the couch watching TV, making out, doing what couples do, laughing, talking. And out of nowhere, we see someone pass through the hallway. Mind you, all the lights were off. We had only the light of the TV, but we clearly saw someone pass in that hallway going to the game room, which the game room and the front door, it's directly to the right of the front door. And so we saw that. And I was making her laugh. I was telling dumb stories. And I stopped. And right away I called to my brother. Because him and his girlfriend have the habit, if me and my girl are there watching TV, they go around through the game room. Which, if you go around you go around, and the kitchen is there, behind us. As we're facing the TV, the kitchen, excuse me. As we're watching TV, the kitchen is directly behind us. So, my brother and his girlfriend have the habit of going around like that. So, I call out to him, and no one answers. So right away I asked my girl, did you see that? And she says, yeah, that's why I stopped talking. And I call out to my brother again, no answer. So I tell her, okay, you go straight to the hallway, and I'll go around to the kitchen. So we both do that, and we meet in the middle, and no one was there. And in my house, I've had many people tell me, seen shadows, seen people walk by, hearing things. I've had a friend of mine who, when we were younger, we were partying with some girls, and he was right by the front door, and he saw something creep out from the game room area, which again is directly to the right of the front door. which in turn, as